の番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight Episode 10. The big 1-0, the double digits. We are in the end game now, and I mean it because the final days of auditions are coming. So, last week's episode was focused on Nana once again. After Hikari's big episode where we found out about the whole Hikari thing, we focused on Nana instead. And she realized that Karen is the real problem. They had a battle. It was a battle of evolution versus stagnation, and ended up with Nana losing her spot and her ability to control the repetition of the performance, and eventually being comforted by Hoshimi Juna, and looking forward toward the future, like finally, for the first time in like 100 loops. So Nana is finally free. Everyone else is finally free. She is no longer a big thing. Any expectations of her being the big bad evil guy at the end game, not going to happen. Which means that there's more room for us to deal with the system itself and the real problems that are really a thing. So, what is this end game going to look like? I have no idea. But there are 4 individuals remaining. Maya, Hikari, Claudine, and Karen. 4. At some point, Karen and Hikari are going to have to face each other. I don't think that's now. I think that's like endgame. And I don't think they're going to actually want to fight each other or allow one of them is going to cede the victory to the other, but then like not steal their glimmer or something. We'll see. But we got 4. We could do this like a round robin. Like everybody fights everybody once, and then best records go against each other. But that seems too complicated. We could just straight bracket it. 2 battles at the same time, or we could 2v2 it, which would be really interesting because there's a relationship between both like Maya and Claudine and Karen and Hikari. So a 2v2 makes sense, right? The old guard of goddesses versus the potential new guard of goddesses. The not because they weren't goddesses actually, but Flora and what's her face? The pair, the mains. Old guard versus new guard, that could work, and that's possible. And then that would make sense for standing on the stage together, but then they'd end up being forced to fight anyway. I'm in weird speculation world. That's not useful. In any case, we had a few things very powerfully confirmed for us in the last couple of episodes. Stuff about Glimmer and the theft of Glimmer, which is very, very important. I'm just curious about the next set of auditions and what we're going to do leading up to it. I don't know if we're going to dive right in or if there's going to be like an in-betweeny kind of episode that focuses on like where our characters are and reaffirming their ideals. I don't know, man. I don't know. Or are we going to pull back the curtain and show more about the giraffe and like the behind-the-scenes workings as a build-up toward eventually taking down the system? I don't know, but I'm excited. Okay, let's dive into Revue Starlight and just watch it because I'm in weird speculation land and it's not useful. So, I've got episode 10 of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. Picture-in-picture version of the video up there will be available in the description. Timer-based version will be up on YouTube. If you want to do a syncy thing, sync up with the beep beep timer, you can do that. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer is coming at you now. Okay, that's different. Ah. Of course she did. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Hikari talking about how important Karen is to her. Seems like potential setup for Hikari victory into I don't want to steal Karen's glimmer. Okay. Very new. Hey, I can unironically like Banana now without being freaked out by her. Yup. Banana nice. No surprise there. Some kind of custard. Okay, so everybody's like, oh, it's all over now. We're gonna be close to becoming stars. So. But, like, if somebody wins, all of their glimmer gets stolen, right? Like, they all get destroyed. That is a lot of crumbs. Seriously. Oh. Yep. They're like little bunnies. Fuck out of my room. Okay. Please no. Dame. Very cute. Go somewhere. Go to Tokyo Tower. Go to Tokyo Tower. That promise or a different promise? Oh, here she goes. The godlike cleaning twirler baton lady person. I don't know. Hello. Okay. Victory. Yeah, they both want the top. So this feels like an in-between episode. Hmm. Hmm. So now they get to go together to all the aquariums again. Okay. All right, there we go. She did not. Well, she did forget and then didn't. Stretching? Ah. Ah. And you were the one who approached her. Interesting. And the answer was, she's real fucking good. Hmm. What were you thinking at the time? How lame she was, or? Hmm. Hmm. All right. I can get behind that. Yeah. They're not going to get to fight each other. They're not going to get to fight each other, are they? Because of that buildup. Hmm. Hasn't changed a bit. Whoa. And switch it? Huh. Children giving their future selves their destiny. Huh. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And are their shadows still children? Oh, they're being looked upon by their childish selves. Observers. Okay. Cool. You drew a crowd. That's great. That was quite a laugh. Okay. Oh, that's ominous. Looks like it's audition time. Ah! What about your phone? Holy shit. Very ominous. Okay, what is going on? It's getting more insistent. Dakara. Everybody's being brought to witness? Oh boy. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, Hikari messed everything up. And the teams are what they should be, right? 2v2, baby. I think you still have to fight each other afterward. Also, do you decide the teams? Ooh. They do decide. Will you choose Claudine? She will choose Claudine. Okay. Then it goes as planned. What do you mean? What do you mean? She has a choice? But only Karen's around still. Okay. Don't eat that. Okay, only Kaoruko has not eaten it. I'm intrigued by that. Because I don't trust that shit. Fair. Trying to grow. All of them expressing a desire to grow and improve. All of which may not be possible because they may have their glimmer stolen. Oh, man. Okay. We're just into it. Is it going to be different because it's a duo? Oh, the subs are off-timed by, like, a frame. Whatever. Okay, it looks all the same. Hell yeah. Dude, this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. Back to back. Oh, and the combination. Ooh, up upon the tower. They're not together. They're not together. She's introducing herself individually. Now Maya's introducing herself individually. I. No we's. That's important. I. No, you won't. You'll lose because it's not we. It's that simple. I'm 99% on that one. Let's call it. Oh, I thought it would be full elimination. Okay, that's more dangerous. All right, we're doing it. Let's go. Sorry. I'm just really excited. Ooh. Okay. I like it. We're doing team attacks. All right, we need our own song going. Let's go. Let's switch up the beat or we're going to lose. What are those? What are they? Oh. 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 Ooh. What are those? Stage pieces or something? I don't know. Hey, we're finally grappling. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Fighting as one, I guess. All right. All right. Tasty, tasty glimmer. All right, pull it together. Yeah. Again? Oh. Oh. Okay, that was cool. Yeah. Yeah, but they're really in sync, though. I don't know. I don't know. The stage makes us what we are. Whose is it? It's gotta be Maya's. It's gotta be. Holy shit, we won. Position 0. Alright, I'm waiting for the rug to be pulled. Please drop the other shoe, Giraffe boy. Okay. Nani? That's really touching, but... Claudine. Hey. Which means you lost. Because victory is determined by how much starlighting, so... Okay, sure. Okay. Learning to be together. And... Aw, alright. The choice to do all of this in French is a little odd, but okay. We bookend with that, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and nobody is dead yet. About that. I was waiting. I was waiting. There it is. Oh, now you have to fight each other. Yep. Totally. The review of course. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ain't no choice. I bet we can. I'll bet there's a way. But you don't believe it right now, which is fine. We're gonna have to fight. Mm-hmm. Are we about to cliffhang on Hikari as a bad person? Because this can either go, I will give my glimmer to you, or, sorry, but I'm taking what's mine. Oh, no, okay, yeah, she won't. There we go. Good. You have to steal mine. Wait. What? But wouldn't that trigger the system? To steal all her glimmer? I'm confused now. I'm so confused! Shit. Good to have these two duetting. Wow, these lyrics. Please notice me. Alright, is there a little thingamajiggy? We are. And those are all flowers in the different colors of the characters? Yeah. Okay. I need to, I just need to figure out what happened here at the very end. I'm a little bit confused by this, and I want to get it off my mind so that it doesn't color the rest of the episode. Okay, I didn't find this to be like the highest in terms of clarity or explaining what's going on, and that could be fine because this could be really weird and meta bullshitty. But so I can't steal it. I won't let them steal it. So Karen, goodbye, with tears in her eyes. We know she says, and she swings. She cuts off Karen's bead thing and cloak thing. But isn't that what makes her victorious and causes her to steal the unless she's winning so that she can make... We talked about this before. She has to win so that she can wish that nobody's glimmer will be stolen. Right. Right. Okay. Right. She still has to win to make that happen, to prevent the system from continuing on its course. Okay, that makes more sense. That clears that up for me quite a bit. I think. I could be wrong still. It's totally valid. It's a nice rug pull at the end. I was definitely waiting for it. I thought it would happen a bit sooner. A bit sooner than it did. I don't think... Actually, okay. We'll go over the whole thing. Now that I've kind of dealt with that moment that I didn't understand at first. All right, so we open with Hikari telling us about being worried about the promise and the falling button, which is the bookend, is the ending as well. Okay, cool. And this gives us the context for, like, Hikari owes Karen her ability to be a stage girl at the moment. Her rebirth is entirely because of Karen. So it makes sense that she would want to give back, right? I think that tracks. But overall thoughts on the episode. I think it's the weakest one so far. Maybe for the entire run of the show, which is really unfortunate for a major transitional episode that is leading into what seems to be the big twist, right? And the end game, which I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere with the end game stuff, and it's going to be probably pretty interesting. For an episode that leads into that, this one doesn't feel great. Hell, even if this episode were just the Maya and Claudine episode, right? If it were focused on that front, it still doesn't function in that way either. It's a pretty weak episode. in terms of emotional or character content, it's a rehash of, yes, we go to the tower again and reaffirm our promise again. Now, there's a cool visual thing that goes on when we do the reaffirmation of our promise, where we almost like repeating our vows or something. We have this moment of the two child versions of Karen and Hikari giving their adult or grown up selves their destinies, right? Trading their destinies to them, which is super interesting, and I think is maybe the strongest visual and thematic portion of the episode. And yet, it's entirely stuff that we've seen before. There's really no new content here. Now, it's important. It's all reaffirming all this stuff as the lead into Hikari and Karen's actual confrontation on the top of that stage, and thus a lead into whatever they end up dealing with next time, so that we don't have to reaffirm it. We can just like flash back to it if we want to. But there's no new content there. It's just kind of there. In terms of actual framing and content within the episode, it's a lot of reuse and a lot of still shots, a lot of really easy shots, especially in the later half of the episode, which is even more unfortunate because that's where the freaking review is. Now, that's not to say that there isn't any good choreography or cool review fighting, because there is, but outside of that, almost every shot is really bland, which is really unfortunate. There are a bunch of cuts to the girls watching, and there are a lot of these isolated shots with very, very little movement. Really cutting corners in this episode, which is strange, because this is prime shit. But there's cool stuff too, so whatever. The contrast between their two pairs of introductions I find really interesting. They introduce themselves as a pair, which I think is pretty cool. They hit with "We'll Starlight you all." They do introduce themselves individually, like I'm Hikari, I'm Karen, but then it's we. And then it's very, very apparent how eye focused Maya and Claudine both are during their introduction. Everyone has the chance to shine, so I will dance my dance of love fiercer than anyone else. Second seat, yada yada. Shows up. I will now deliver them. I will deliver brilliance unto you, etc., etc. It's interesting. And the fact that if even one person loses their cloak, also interesting. So we get into it. I will say I think that the review song is pretty fucking awesome. It's cool. It's hype. Battlefield is bland until it gets less bland. There are some nice moments of fighting and team fighting. I love the duo move that Maya and Claudine use. I love the duo moves that Hikari and Karen use as well. The grappling catch thing, and then the like jump on the blade thing that Maya and Claudine do to keep up with it is pretty cool. But this is what I mean. Like, we're in the midst of battle, and then suddenly the battle is a bunch of still panning shots. Okay. And then suddenly, after all the still panning shots and like kinetic moments like this, still panning shot of just the audience, still panning shot of all of their faces, still no motion, just moving across. All right, another one, and we linger on them a lot. Now, I mean, all these shots, they do convey stuff, they give vibes, right? But they're not here because they're giving vibes. They're here because it's cheaper to give vibes this way than it is to choreograph more of the fight, which is unfortunate. And again, when there is choreography, it's pretty neat. Like, this flippy-dippy doobie-doo with the sword is super neat. And then there's this moment where she does this cool backward tumble thing. It's super neat. There are lots of cool moments like that. This is super impactful and fun. The actual swinging around on the grappling hook is something that I've wanted a lot. I really was expecting there was going to be something here. Or I guess she was just trying to pull it back and then was getting stuffed by Claudine standing on the cord. I thought she was trying to, like, trip her or something. I don't know. I also particularly like this moment because it's just high impact. This here, and with sound. Yeah, it's got a nice ting to it. It's fun and a nice tumble. Good times. Okay, and then we get some insight into their relationship and how they genuinely both respect the shit out of each other, which is freaking awesome. And, you know, duo, combine our lights, Go for the fight. This trust fall is awesome. I mean, geez. As an idea for a moment within a fight, high up, trust fall off to avoid the blade that would cut the thing that determines whether you win. As an idea, this is so fun, right? I think this is so fun. It's super almost it's Jackie Chan is what I would call it. And I want to start like using that as like a way of explaining a particular type of fighting. When characters fight with the choreography as a character and the environment as a character, and with character in their battle, in the way that they go about a fight. It's like Jackie Chan with the chair fighting people off, or literally any scene from Drunken Master. Scenes where there's thought put into a sequence where the audience watches it and then goes, hey, that was clever, within a fight, or comical or fun or whatever. This is a very Jackie Chan moment that she falls backward off this thing. But it's just for an instant, right? I think that's really unfortunate. I feel like, what if there was more build-up to it? What if we really felt a palpable sense of threat? Like, oh shit, Karen's actually gonna get her shit cut off by Claudine in this moment. What if we really felt like Karen was on the back foot, and this was, instead of just a thing that happens, this was the clever way out that Karen takes in order to make things happen, and it relies entirely on trust in Hikari to catch her, right? Well, we don't get any of that. We have to infer it after the fact. Like, this could have been so much better. Just this moment could have been so much better. Because it's just we finally cut to their location and we do it. It just happens. If we had focused on the fight a little bit before this, if we felt like Karen was being beaten back by Claudine in this moment and was really at risk, and then she pulled this cool move, and we realized that she was actually maneuvering herself backward toward the ledge in order to fall off and find a way out, that would be really cool. Anyway, kind of like an aside that doesn't really matter, but could have been really cool. Now, this moment is genuinely really cool. This is just excellent. And it's super cool because our whole conversation has been about being in sync and like being on the same page and knowing what each other are thinking and moving fluidly together. And that's what they're doing. But they realize that they're doing it even better. And the cool thing and the awesome talent that Maya and Claudine get to bring to bear is that they're able to adapt and start working together as a team in an instant. But Karen and Hikari are still up there. They're still doing the real shit, which is cool. The momentum of her first, like, spin is really neat here. Foof, that. Oh, it drops to ones. That's why. Yeah. Okay, so the reason that it's really neat that it feels like, because if you were to hold a weight, or if you watch a hammer thrower, there's a point in the initial swing where you hit maximum momentum, and it's like halfway through, and then you flip around and you can go. But you hit momentum at the outward point of the like 180 degree mark because that's where the weight carries you. That's so interesting. So what happens here is these are all twos, frame, 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 frame. See? That one is on ones. Bop, bop. So it goes through that whole portion faster, and then it's all on twos again. So it creates this really cool sense of momentum to it. And then it ding, and boom, and up she goes. All right, so the one line is the stage makes us what we are. The other is our swords carve the path to glory. One is the stage shapes us. The other is we shape the stage, right? Super important. I mean, it's the core, and we smack it and we win it. Boom. And it's Maya's who we win. We take down the top one, and Claudine cannot deal. Cannot deal. This is a cool moment. The choice to put it all in French, I disagree with. I understand why it works for the characters, but the voice actors are bad at doing the French. They're not good. So it sounds really stilted, when it's like this really heartfelt emotional moment, it sounds like it's being read off a script because it's being read off a script. And that's really unfortunate because the moment works in terms of writing and in terms of this moment happening for these characters at this point, getting defeated by a pair working together and realizing that they should work together as well and they can grow stronger by doing so. That's all really strong. But it's in French. And it's not good. Sorry. It's just stilted. Also, there's some verbal fuckery going on with like, oh, I didn't actually lose. We just got more starlighted than they did, which is the thing that determines whether we win or lose, so I haven't lost. You lost though. But you lost though. Now, I get it. The thing is, like, I haven't lost because I haven't given up. In the same way that and it's a repeat of Claudine's original line to Maya after their first run through the auditions, right? Where she says, I still haven't lost. Okay? So, yeah, we're calling back to all of those moments, and that's great. But you lost, though. Let's be real. You did. But she hasn't. My Claudine, you're cute when you cry. That's great. It's very fun. And then, of course, the you really are vexing comes back around as well. Is it just me, or do those buttons look like they're less glimmery, less shiny? Like they're just made of brass or iron or something? I don't know. It's weird. Okay. So we passed the audition. Rug pull, other shoe drops, big stage extends upward, upward, upward. Of course it's called the Revue of Tragedy. That makes perfect sense. And you are forced to fight to win. Only one person can pass. Sorry about this. Thank you. Explains all of the reasons why she cares about her. And then cuts off her thing and throws her off the building. Which seems like a betrayal by Hikari, but I think we're pretty clear on the likelihood that Hikari has to win so that she can wish that she doesn't steal everybody else's glimmer, right? That way the system ends. We'll see if that works. We'll see if that works. There's a problem with it, which is that there's a devil's bargain in play. And anytime you try to play a genie, you get double fucked. So when you make just a normal wish to a genie, you get fucked once because they'll misinterpret intentionally and fuck with you if you have any loopholes in your wish. If you try to actively fuck over a genie by, say, wishing for infinite wishes or otherwise messing with the system, the genie will really go all out to mess with you. Kirin strikes me as a genie. I'll defeat you in order to wish that you are not defeated seems like the kind of thing that would trigger some bullfuckery in the wish granting procedure. You know, like if you wish to be stars together, oh look, you literally got turned into stars. Enjoy being a nuclear helium furnace, you know? Like that kind of bullshit. We'll see. But the idea is clearly, oh, Hikari's actually bad, cliffhanger, but not really. The question is how we execute. I don't know, because there are 3 episodes left. There's like a lot to cover still. There's a lot of material left. So a lot of things can change over the next 3 episodes in multiple ways. Hell, we could end up in like an apocalyptic world where everything goes bad because of a poorly worded wish or something. That could be really interesting. Okay. All in all, I think in terms of general content, this is maybe the weakest episode of Revue Starlight so far. In terms of production, it's also fairly weak. There are a lot of still shots and panning shots. Now, it brings it back quite a bit during the actual review. There are some really cool teamwork moments during the review. The review song itself is really fun as well. But a lot of this episode feels like filler, rehash, and buying time. I don't really see why we had to go back to Tokyo Tower at this point, except that it very easily fills about 50% of an episode with moments of Hikari and Karen together reaffirming why they care about each other and how they got to where they are, which becomes important when they get to the top and finally reach their goals. So, yeah, I understand why it's there, but it's pretty weak. It's a lot of repetition. It's a lot of still frames. It's a pretty weak episode. hopefully that won't continue. Hopefully next episode changes things up and gets real freaky, because I'm looking forward to some real freaky. Okay, I think that's a wrap. Me, Teeaboo, this Revue Starlight. I wouldn't say that I'm disappointed in this episode, but I'm not terribly appointed by it either. It's okay. If there are things that I'm missing here that would totally change my perspective on the episode, or if I've missed something that like clicks and puts everything together, I totally understand that that's possible and probably pretty likely because I'm an idiot. Let me know, and maybe my entire opinion of the episode will be changed. It's totally possible. Give it a shot. Throw it in the comments. But for now, this is a wrap. I'll see you next week for the next episode. Peace.